This book is dedicated to all of the dreamers, observers, and wise, sensitive people, including my children, Jane and Peter. Introduction. For much of my life, I felt as if there was a certain way to do things that others knew about, but I did not. Some secret to life I hadn't figured out. Throughout my childhood and well into my adulthood, I felt I was doing life wrong, even though I was living a life people work hard to have, and many people would have envied. I had a college degree, a husband, 2 children, a home we owned, and work that not only paid me a bit, but also allowed me to contribute to the well-being of individuals and society. Still, I spent a lot of time and energy second-guessing everything I did, said, and chose. I spent a lot of time questioning myself. I never felt completely at ease in my body or in my life. The older I got, the worse it became. I felt disconnected from the way I was living, from many of the people in my life, and from myself. Yet at the same time, I undeniably knew myself. But when I daydream about doing things differently, maybe heading in a direction that would be considered out of the norm for a person like me, when I thought about having different kinds of people in my life, or when I felt sure somehow that I was meant for more, and so there must be more out there for me, I'd quickly, almost automatically, admonish myself as selfish and ungrateful for all I did have in my life right now. After decades of this back and forth in my head, the discomfort of it became so constant and unbearable that I made a decision to stop trying to discard my thoughts, feelings, and growing agitation outright. I decided to be willing to be uncomfortable, to face it, and see what it might have to tell me. In time, what came to me was that there was no hidden secret to life that I was missing. The cause of my distress was a lifetime of trying to suppress and, let's be honest, shut off and out that voice inside me, the one that held wisdom unique to me, the one that held my power and could direct me to a life where I would be fully me, the voice I would come to call my personal knowing. By ignoring this voice, this personal knowing, I was all but ensuring I fell into a life that satisfied what others expected of me, not a life I wanted for myself, not the life I was born to live, not a life I found satisfying. The result was my nearly constant discomfort. I also started to see there was nothing unusual about what I was experiencing. In searching for answers to how I got to where I was and why I tried to stifle that inner voice at every turn, I talked with anyone who was open to a discussion about it. Through those conversations, I found that many people shared the same struggles and were asking the same questions. Encouraged by our culture, many of us look outside ourselves for some guaranteed system for navigating our lives. We look for rules, directions, approval, permission, anything or anyone to take away the burden of having to make our own choices and being judged for it. The result is we live our whole life in pursuit of what others want for us, or what our culture asserts we should want. We work to live as best we can within the constraints of a hierarchy. I come to call these man-made systems the model. Our dependence on this mode of operation leaves us forever unsure and insecure because we are always waiting on others to tell us who we are and what to do next. While we are attracted to the model for the certainty it seems to promise, the lack of trust in ourselves it demands from us, lack of trust to know what's best for us, causes us to live in a state of uncertainty and fearfulness of our future. It leaves us powerless to direct our own lives, to tell ourselves who we are, and to choose to live as we feel called to. When on occasion we do hear our own voice telling us to go a different way, to discover what's truly possible for us, we doubt that voice, especially if it is encouraging us to do something outside the model's parameters. Instead of following our knowing, we argue with it, and then we make sure whatever it has to say never reaches full expression through us. It is a confining and uncomfortable way to exist. Adding to this pressure to conform as a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?